Assalamu alaikum students. I am your IT teacher Shahid Ali Khan, and today I have another video on secondary memory. So today we will learn about different secondary memory devices. As we can see in this picture, there are so many secondary memory devices. Some of these devices, as we can see on the picture, some of them are obsolete and some of them are still using in our daily life. So let's start. Secondary memory. Secondary memory refer to storage devices such as hard drive, solid state drive, that is also called. It may also refer to removable storage media such as USB, flash drive, CD, DVDs. They are all called secondary memory and they are non-volatile, means if the power is turned off, so data will remain safe on these devices. It retains its data with or without electrical power. If there is electrical power, so it will remain, the data will remain safe. If there is no electrical power, so data will be remain safe on these devices, USB, CD, DVD, hard disk and so on. So let's start one by one. We will discuss about some secondary memory devices one by one. As we can see in this hierarchical diagram, there is a secondary memory and it is divided into two types. One is fixed devices and other one is removable devices. In fixed devices, we have hard disk, we have CD, DVD, and in removable devices, we have pen drive, that is also called USB or flash drive, and the other one is called Blu-ray disc. So today we will discuss about some fixed devices, hard disk, CD, DVD, and so on. So let's start. Magnetic disk. A magnetic disk is a storage device that use a magnetization process to write and rewrite and access data, means to read and write data. It is covered with a magnetic coating and store data in the form of tracks, spots and sectors. And the most common magnetic disk is hard disk, that is very common. It is magnetic disk, hard disk, zip disk, floppy disk. Floppy disks are obsolete now, are common example of magnetic disk. So let's start. Number one, magnetic disk is floppy disk. A floppy disk or floppy diskette is a type of a disk storage composed of a thin and flexible disk of a magnetic storage medium in a square or nearly square plastic enclosure lined with a fabric that remove dust particles from the spinning disk. As we can see, there is a plastic disc, thin plastic disc, and it is covered with a jacket or a plastic, so dust could not be enter into that disc. If there is a dust, so data could be removed on the floppy disk. We have different types of floppy disks. As we can see, there are three different types of floppy disks, and their size are different. Some are 3.5 inches, some are 5.25 inches, and these are 3.5 inches, and their capacity and storage is different to each other, and they were used in the past. Nowadays we are not using anymore because they are less storage capacity. So these floppy disks are not using anymore. They are made of thin plastic and there is a jacket or a cover that save that inside enclosure plastic. So that is called magnetic disk, and this one is floppy disk. Means we can easily pick these floppy disks anywhere and just insert into the floppy drive and we can access the data. But at that time the storage capacity of these floppy disks are very less. Now the next magnetic disk is hard disk, that is also called fixed disk. A hard disk or hard drive or a fixed disk an electronic mechanical data storage device that store and retrieve digital data using magnetic storage and one or more rigid rapidly rotating platers coating with magnetic material. As we have discussed that Hard disk and floppy disk are both magnetic disk. So this one is hard disk, and hard disk is also a kind of a magnetic disk, and there is a magnetic material is coated on the platers. We can see there is a plater or metallic plate, but in the floppy disk this metallic plate was a thin plastic, and in the hard disk we have this metal platers inside there. We can see in this hard disk picture another block diagram of hard disk. We can see this is a computer hard drive. We can see we can save data in form of this stripe. We can see blue color stripe. The magnetic in the form of magnetic dot data is stored on the platers, and we have different platers according to the storage of the hard drive. This one is a read write head. We can see data can read and write with the help of this head, and this one is the arm of the head and equator that move the head across the platers. So there is a further power ports on the back side or one side of the hard disk. So hard disk is a kind of a magnetic disk that is also called fixed disk, and it is fixed inside the CPU, whether we have a laptop or a desktop or a flat tower casing computer. So this hard disk is fixed inside the computer. This one is a secondary memory or a storage device. Next one is called CD or DVD drive. In computing, an optical disk drive, that is also called ODD, optical disk is also called CD, is a disk drive that use laser light or electromagnetic waves within or near the visible light spectrum. Means this CD, we can see we have to insert the CD into the CD drive, and CD drive can read the data on the CD, that is also called optical disk or the compact disk. Another name of CD is optical disk, and we can read and write data from the drive. As we insert the CD into the drive, and we can read the data that is stored onto the CD or DVD. CD has a less storage. Normally CD is available 720 or 750 MB data could be stored on CD, while on the DVD we can store 4.3 GB or more than 4 GB, 5 GB, 6 GB, 7 GB. We can store data onto the DVD. DVD is also called digital video disc. It has a higher storage capacity as compared to CD. So both are used for storing data, and this one is called the secondary memory. So today, students, we have discussed about some secondary memory devices. Number one, we have discussed about the magnetic disk, and there are two types of magnetic disk, floppy disk and the hard disk. And after that, we have discussed the CD and DVD-ROM. CD is a compact disc or the optical disc. DVD is the digital video disc, and both are used for storing data. And one has a less storage capacity, and other one has a higher storage capacity. So in the next coming video, we will discuss some more secondary memory devices. So until that, Allah Hafiz. I'm going to signing out.